I was under the impression that World War II or World War I was supposed to be the war that would end all wars. That we would learn from our past mistakes. And that is why we formed the United Nations and all these other groups that unite for peace to try to attain global peace, to where we wouldn't be fighting each other and warring against each other, and we tried to avoid these things, setting up institutions and organizations to deter aggression from anywhere it's found, no matter where it is on the globe. And we don't want a global nuclear holocaust. We're trying to avoid that because no one wins. No one wins in an all-out nuclear war. Everything is affected. The whole world. We've seen what happens when nuclear catastrophes happen on a small scale, like what happened over in Japan when they had that meltdown from that what was it, a tidal wave or a tsunami. We've seen what happened in Chernobyl when a whole large geographical area was affected by that nuclear reactor meltdown. Think about how massive it would be if people started launching nuclear weapons all over. It would cause such devastation that both sides would be, not just both sides, it would be other nations would be affected from the nuclear fallout, from the contamination, from radiation, from all that stuff. So it's in nobody's best interest to lean on the potentiality of nuclear warfare or chemical warfare. It's in nobody's interest. And I'm hoping that this war that's going on in Ukraine and Russia is not going to escalate into one of those, God forbid, happenings. We want to try to nip it in the bud or solve it or try to come up with a peace agreement so that we can avoid being brought into a conflict that there's no way out of it. And pride is, you know what James says about pride? St. James says, where do wars? We should be looking for a diplomatic solution, one where all parties involved will be appeased and happy with. And there needs to be some give and take, some negotiations, some peace talks, some truces, some, reconciliation, making amends. That is, I believe, what the divine spirit would have us do, is to find some kind of a common ground where people can hug each other and kiss each other and love each other and shake hands together and say a blessing to each other. That's what brotherhood is. Brotherhood, the unity of brotherhood. And sisterhood. I forgot about sisterhood. Being peaceful, seeking peace, pursuing peace. I mean, aren't we in a modern, civilized part of world history? We've come so far. We're not fighting with swords and bows and arrows and spears and shields and rocks and stones and catapults. We're not trying to conquer other nations. We're past that. That was the times of the barbarians, when they were just
ruthless and evil and trying to gain territory, and it was all about thievery. They just wanted to conquer other kingdoms to take what they had and own it for themselves. It was really a war of thievery, nothing more. We want what you got, so we're going to come and take it. And that's what wars were about. It was greed. It was selfish. It was, we lack resources, so we want yours. It was like the Vikings, They just pillage and it doesn't matter. They just want what they have. And so they come and take it by force. We're more civilized than that. We're not of that mentality anymore because we're a modern society, a peace-loving society where we share with each other. We don't steal from each other. We share the resources. We move in a common interest. If you got gold, we got silver. We'll trade. If you got lumber, we got metal. So we need your metal and we need your lumber, and we trade. We don't come over there and try to steal your lumber or steal your metal. We work out a deal, a business deal, where we can trade, and which helps us get along and prevents wars. It creates a climate of peace and cooperation. Trade, yeah, trade's good, especially if it's fair trade. If it's fair trade, I know that our former administration and government thought it was kind of one-sided and between certain countries and trading, but perhaps we need to find a more fair and balanced approach to so that all parties in business can benefit. Can get ahead, can feed their poor, can feed their citizens, can clothe them, can give them benefits and health care. That's what countries do, is they protect their people, and they help their people, and that's what government does. Government is for the people.